Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to Phoenix, Arizona, perfect 48-hour travel guide. This city to me is just, from what I've seen, it's just one thing and one thing only. It's just the heat, to be honest. I don't know much about the city in general, but I was on Google 20 minutes ago. I was just basically looking through major cities throughout the US, and Phoenix is one of the biggest cities throughout the US, which is quite surprising. I mean, I know it's obviously a big city, but it's like, I think it's like up there as one of the biggest, maybe like top 15 biggest cities. When you consider the conditions of the city, it's so hot. I feel like it's all year round, but let me just search now, just to get a gauge of how it is today. Phoenix temperature. Oh, you know what? It's 21 degrees. It's actually cooler. Oh my god, it's going to 30s. It's just a colder day, and it's also nighttime. Or not nighttime, it's early morning. 32 today. Oh god. 26 tomorrow, 25 the day after, 28 the day after, 32, 35, 36, 36. God damn, yeah. Phoenix is a place that I've never really realized how hot it could be just throughout the year. And yeah, I remember like during summer times before, I've looked at the weather there and it's like mid 40s consistently. It's brutal to say the least, but other than that, there's obviously a lot to offer in the city. I don't know what there is to offer because I don't know much about the city, but we're here to see it. Hopefully going to enjoy. If you're from the city, let me know. Would you recommend coming here? Would you recommend people travel here? Or do you want to get out of it, out of the city? And if so, for what reasons? Other than heat, because I assume a lot of people probably would want to move out because of the heat, but maybe there's perks here that make up for it. But also some people probably love the heat, although to that level it is very extreme, so maybe not. But we're going to check this out, hopefully going to enjoy, and let's jump into this reaction.
Hi, it's John, coming to you from Phoenix, the soul of the Southwest, and today I'm going to be showing you around a destination that has a little bit of everything, from city lights to mountain trails, gourmet food, and more. Here we go, the perfect 48 hours in Phoenix, Arizona.
The thing is, right, it's so hot here, and there's no like coastal areas. So it's just like you're stuck here. I assume there's not really many bodies of water nearby. I don't know. But because it's so hot, I just assume that. But maybe there is. Maybe we'll see here now.
The perfect trip needs to begin at the right hotel. Our choice is the Point Hilton Tapatio Cliffs Resort. Set back from the downtown amidst the Phoenix Mountain Preserve, this resort property is just far enough away from the action to really relax. Every single room is a suite, and there's more than enough space to spread out. If the furnishings don't improve...
I'm not really trying to see the rooms or the resorts. Oh, actually, there's a little walk here. Here we go.
You can even start your morning off walking one of the multiple hiking trails located right next to the hotel, or better yet, take a dip in the Water Village. On your first day, I recommend eating a buffet breakfast at the hotel. Make sure to order an omelet from the on-site chef, Team Adriana approved. We're in Fort McDowell, 45 minutes away, because a trip to Phoenix needs to include this gorgeous scenery. We're doing something really unique, segwaying through the desert. You'll see. You're not riding segways through the mall for your first...
I love using segways, man. I mean, I say I love using them. I've used them like twice in my life. And it is so fun.
Morning activity.
Honestly.
Try the Sonoran Desert, and Cowboy Wayne isn't your typical instructor. As comfortable on a horse as a Segway, this cowboy runs a tight ship, and he's gonna make sure first-timers figure out all the intricacies of how to Segway. This is one of the few places in the US you can do this outside of a city, so admire the cacti and feel that fresh air.
Bro, that cactus was huge. What the fuck? That's like a tree. I've never seen a cactus that big. Is this how they are? Maybe is it the angle distorting it, making it look bigger? Bloody hell, that looks huge.
Feel that fresh air as you zip on by.
Look at the views.
You'll even learn about some of the plant life around you. Did I mention how tough Cowboy Wayne was yet? This is one activity you've got to try.
Giddy up.
If you're anything like me, you don't need lunch to be a fancy affair. And Lucy's at the Orchard in Phoenix is just the place to eat an affordable, healthy meal. But since this is the perfect day, we're also eating at a historic ranch house. So combine history with great food and a little ice cream, and we've got a lunch to remember.
Remember what I said about the beautiful scenery? For today's afternoon activity, we're going to be admiring the Sonoran Desert from 5,000 feet above ground in a hot
They're
air.
doing a whole lot, and it's cool, but I really want to see the actual city. I don't know. Maybe I should do another video. Look, this is cool, and I guess you get views of the city here. Actually, I will see this because this is actually, you probably see the city in a very different view to anything else. So it could be pretty cool.
Is going to take you above the desert like you've never seen.
Oh,
it before.
jeez. That is mad. Like, this desert, obviously, it's a desert. It looks dry, but then you got all these homes just literally next to the mountain, or whatever you want to call this.
Start by watching them inflate that giant balloon, which is pretty exciting by itself. Then let the captain do the rest, and you'll feel like you're effortlessly floating above the earth. It's an experience like nothing you've ever tried before. Take as many photos as you can because you'll want to relive this again and again. After your landing, you're in for some surprises, like a champagne toast, fruit,
I
and
think I'm going to do another reaction. Like, I'm going to look at another video now because I really want to see this. I want to see Phoenix, man. All right, actually, I think they're going to Phoenix here. Oh yeah, they are.
that will be tough to forget.
Looks fun though. I want to see Phoenix. You know what I mean?
We had a busy first day. This morning, we're going to be concentrating on downtown Phoenix, and the Phoenix
we go.
Public Market Cafe is the perfect way to get started for breakfast.
This cute-looking cafe is a local favorite, and for good reason. The breakfast portions are absolutely huge, and if you just want something sweet,
Broccoli for breakfast. Okay, that breakfast looks quite sad. I'm not gonna lie. This is what I'd eat when I'm trying to be really healthy, and fair enough. But broccoli for breakfast. This is rocket. I guess that's egg, and then broccoli. That is such a weird combination. Is it normal to have broccoli with this sort of stuff? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm the weird one.
breakfast portions are absolutely huge, and if you just want something sweet, you've come to the right spot. Enjoy this meal because we've got a busy day planned.
Yesterday, we explored the outdoor beauty of the area. Today, we're going to show you that the city of Phoenix is more than just a desert. We're taking a pedicab tour to show you the sights and hidden gems of this place.
Billy is a Phoenix legend, and a tour on his chariot is going to get you acquainted with everything you'll need to know about downtown. Funky street art, check.
That's pretty
Hidden
cool.
hole-in-the-wall bars, check. Phoenix on this.
What have I just done? Oh god, I'm so silly. So this is just what? A bar that's just got no. It's just got no sort of representation to show what it is, but then you go and I guess it's the bar, right?
Hidden hole-in-the-wall bars, check.
What the hell?
Awesome hair, check. I learned more about the history of Phoenix on this tour than I ever thought I could. This guy's an encyclopedia, pun very much intended. My favorite stop was Roosevelt Row, where you'll see some of the best street art in the United States. I
Jeez, that is pretty
highly
nice.
recommend this tour. For lunch, we're
The
going somewhere
Churchill.
unique. Bites at the Churchill is a
Sounds very British.
spot that is literally made from repurposed
Oh, it's definitely not.
shipping containers, and this sustainable hangout is home to 10 local eateries. Our pick
damn.
is Provecho, a Guadalajaran-themed Mexican eatery. Having spent time in Jalisco, both myself and Team Adriana thoroughly enjoyed our carne and su jugo and birria. The food was so good, we even preferred it to the ones we had in Guadalajara. And coming from a Mexican girl, that's saying a lot. Make sure to enjoy some Mexican Coke as well.
Oh.
This afternoon, we're in Scottsdale, and we're going to be exploring some beauty, but this is actually man-made. Let's check out Taliesin West, an architectural gem by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Bright's winter camp in the desert foothills overlooking Scottsdale is a must visit when you're in the Phoenix area. Perhaps America's most famous architect, he spent every winter here until his death in 1959, and it's still an active school for architecture students. His organic architectural style is well displayed, and it's amazingly upkept after all of these years. Tour everything from where he hosted guests to his own private theater. You may even leave his estate feeling inspired to create something. Normally, I'm not one to suggest eating dinner at your hotel.
Alright, I'm gonna look at another video to see. Downtown Phoenix. They didn't really show it. Looks fun what they did. I just want to see a bit more. Usually these videos have really good options, but I don't really find as many for Phoenix. Why is downtown Phoenix so small? Or maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's not. There's not much to do in downtown Phoenix. Phoenix Travel Guide. 9 things to do.
Everything you need to know to visit Phoenix in Arizona. All right, let's go. The first thing to know is just a little bit of background information about Phoenix. It is the capital of the U.S. state of Arizona. 1.6 million people call this city home, making it the 6th largest city in the United States of America. 4 million.
It is mad how flat it is. Like it's just so spread out. Just in the desert. It's so interesting to see this city because, like, especially on the outskirts of the city, like where you see like homes and stuff just literally next to these mountains, it's like you've got this desert area that just looks untouched, and then you've got literally these houses a couple of 100 meters beside that, a few hundred meters beside it, and it's just, yeah, it's really interesting to see, but it shows what humans can do, I guess.
Call this city home, making it the 6th largest city in the United States of America. 4 million people live in the metropolitan area. Phoenix is probably best known for its warm weather, sunny warm weather, in fact, because 85% of all of the daytime hours in Phoenix are sunny, making it the sunniest big city in the United States. Now, Phoenix has more than just sun.
Oh, we know that.
There's a lot of great natural beauty here, mountains, hiking trail, cacti.
Oh, so it's cacti. There's cacti literally everywhere.
That's the plural of cactus. And now, whether you are here to experience the heat, the sun, the desert, hang out by
It is a very small downtown, to be fair.
your hotel swimming pool, there's a lot to see in Phoenix. So pack your bags, definitely pack your sunscreen, and let me tell you how to get yourself oriented to this city. So that brings us right on to number 2, getting oriented. And one of the great parts about getting oriented to Phoenix is it's really easy to navigate because the entire city is laid out on a grid system. It's divided into 4 quadrants: northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. The city center is at the intersection of Central Avenue and Washington Street, and street numbers increase as you move further away from this point. Now, right at that center spot is downtown
There's trams.
Arizona, home to 3 out of 5 of the tallest skyscrapers in Arizona. It's a pretty good downtown with lots of pretty tall buildings, lots of great food to eat down here, and it's also home to Chase Field. So if you're looking to pick up a baseball game, this is where you're going to find Arizona's Major League Baseball team. In addition to city streets, Phoenix has a lot of very well-developed modern highways. There are 2 major interstates. Interstate 10 is the major east-west highway that runs through the city, although it does take a sharp turn to the south right around Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Interstate 17 is the primary north to south interstate. It'll take you up to Flagstaff in the north. By the way,
This guy's video is already showing so much more of what I want to see.
tip in the US, if you see a freeway that has an even number like 10, it always runs east to west. And if you see one with an odd number, 17, it always runs north to south. Now, just to the northeast of Phoenix is the city of Scottsdale, and actually that's where I'm filming this portion of this video right now. Scottsdale is home to many of the region's high-end resorts. It's also home to a really neat old town that we're going to explore a little bit later. South of Scottsdale is the city of Tempe, home to Arizona State University. And if you're here to see an NFL football game, you'll find State Farm Stadium, home to the Arizona Cardinals, in the city of Glendale, just to the east. The third thing to know is about getting into Phoenix. And
That's
if
an
you're flying
interesting
into
location. Glendale. Doesn't seem, is that big? How big is Glendale? You would have thought the cities that have the NFL teams would be bigger, but Glendale. Maybe it's bigger than I realise. What? Glendale. Oh, it's not too. It's not massive, but it's also not tiny. Still though, for a big football team, that's pretty interesting that it's not in like a major city.
There are two major airports. The first is Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. This is the big airport in Phoenix. It has been named one of the best airports in the United States year over year, I think.
Jeez.
Because the sunny weather leads to a lot of on-time flights. It's located 3
Fair.
miles from downtown, so really convenient if you're going to downtown Phoenix. Southwest Airlines and American Airlines are the major carriers that serve this airport. Now, the best way to get into the city from Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is to take the light rail. You can take it in for $2 a ride into downtown Phoenix or Tempe or Mesa. A taxi will cost you about 20 bucks. The second airport is Phoenix Mesa Airport. This one is the discount or budget carrier airport. You'll find flights on Allegiant and Spirit, WestJet, and a surprising number of flights from Canada go into Mesa Airport as well. It's definitely not as conveniently located. It is 20 miles southeast of downtown in the city of Mesa. If you're looking to take the train to Phoenix, no luck. Amtrak does not run to Phoenix.
Wow.
And if you're driving from Las Vegas, it's about 5.
So there's no trains that go there at all. That is mad to me. But I guess it's just how it is. That's so interesting because you get tiny little towns that get trains go to them in the UK, but then you've got a major city like Phoenix that there's no trains going to at all.
5 hours, and if you're coming from points west like Los Angeles or San Diego, it's about 5.5 hours from those two cities. The fourth thing to know is about getting around Phoenix, and really the best way to get around Phoenix is to drive. And so if you didn't drive your car into Phoenix, then you'll probably be renting a car from the airport. At Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, there's a ton of rental cars that operate there. They operate out of the new consolidated rental car facility. How new is it? Well, new-ish, but the way you get there, you take the air train to get there from the airport. No need to get on a shuttle bus. You get on this train. It's about
there's
a
trains
10-minute
here?
haul out from the airport.
That's so interesting. So they've got trams, they've got like trains from the airport to, I guess, certain places you need to go to, drop-off points. So they've got like decent, they've got, no, not sorry, not decent, they've got very good public transport within the city. I guess there's bus transport as well. But actually, no, is there really bus transport in the US? I don't know if that's really a thing. But they've got all that. It's just the Amtrak thing.
Airport to get to it, but you'll find tons of rental cars available there. One point though, the surcharges, the fees to rent your car at the airport, they're really quite high. So if you're looking to save a little money, then take an Uber or taxi out to a rental car facility in town and rent it from there. It's not going to be as convenient, but it will save you about 30% on the price of your rentals because that's how much of a surcharge that rental car facility. Now, due to the oppressive heat in Phoenix in the summer, you won't find that many people walking too far distances in the summer. You'll find a few neighborhoods that people walk in, one notably being Old Town Scottsdale right here. They've even got some nice covered roofs to keep you out of the sun. So what to do if you...
Yeah, that's actually very, I guess, smart engineering, although I guess it was done years and years ago and it makes sense. Just keeping people out of the sun as much as possible. Because like I said, it gets extremely hot here. I do love the style of buildings in like Arizona. It's just, it obviously it fits in with the desert sort of theme. But I do love the style of buildings in these desert states, I'm going to say, like New Mexico as well. Like I feel like they all have this sort of style.
If you don't walk and you need to take public transit, there's the light rail I mentioned that'll take you from Mesa Tempe to the airport to downtown and a few points north. Or you can take Uber and Lyft. Rideshare is plentiful here in Phoenix. There is a bus system, but it's not going to be that useful to you as a tourist.
Now, one part of this grid system that is really important to pay attention to, particularly when you're using your GPS, is the quadrant that the street is in. So all of the streets here have a north, south, east, or west in front of them on the major streets, and so you need to put that in there. And some of them can actually have both.
Wait, this is the most
The fifth thing to know is about food, and Phoenix has a lot of really great food in a lot of different cuisines, but Phoenix is most well known for its southwestern cuisine, being here in the Southwest. What is Southwestern cuisine? It's a mix of Spanish, Mexican, and Native American influences.
Okay.
So think like chorizo quesadillas,
Hell
tacos
yeah.
that are made with Indian flatbread, and empanadas that have a little bit of Mexican twist to them. Definitely check out some of the Southwestern restaurants while you're in Phoenix.
For the best barbecue in Phoenix, head over to Rudy's Country Store. They've got a few locations, and actually they're a chain, but don't let that stop you from eating here. This is legit Texas-style barbecue that they serve by weight, by the pound. Lots of different meats. My favorite is the beef brisket moist. What's that mean? It's the fatty part of the brisket, and it actually costs more to get that because it's really juicy, delicious, and tender. They're cooking up the barbecue all day. Do be prepared for a wait when you come here because it can get quite busy. For the sides, I really enjoy the baked beans and the creamed corn. And legit, it doesn't come to you on a plate. It comes to you in like a soda basket that then you get some butcher paper to put it down on your table to eat. And definitely make sure you get the original Rudy's sauce, or if you can't handle spicy, then the sissy sauce is for you.
That's
So
for
next
me.
thing you know is about shopping.
Sissy
What
sauce.
should you buy while you're here in Phoenix, particularly in souvenirs?
Shopping.
Native American art in Arizona, home to the Navajo, home to the Hopi
Oh, this is
people,
cool.
and plus many more tribes, but you will find a lot of great Native American art. Pick up some buffalo leather attire. Buffalo leather shoes, buffalo leather jackets is a thriving art form out here. If you're looking for some candy to bring back some cactus candy. Originally developed in the 80s here, it is actually candy made from the juice of the prickly
What?
pear. You'll find it in most of the convenience stores
Damn.
in the region.
And if you're looking for some high-end shopping,
damn.
check out Scottsdale Fashion Square for a whole bunch of luxury brands all under one nicely air-conditioned roof. And you know, people often say malls are dying within the U.S., but it looks like this one's doing
Yeah, this one looks nice, man. It seems like it's got a lot of nice like stores. Like there's a massive Dior shop, for example. I assume in somewhere like this where it's so hot, people are gonna much prefer going to a mall like this where you can walk around without like the heat, the extreme heat and stuff.
doing quite well, and they're in process of doing a pretty significant remodel. And if you're looking for things to eat, they've got a pretty big food court here down in the center of the mall, and a lot of restaurants on the outside too. Oh, and if you're looking for something to do after all the souvenir shops and shopping malls close, you'll find a decent amount of nightlife tucked away in Old Town Scottsdale too.
The seventh thing to know is about when to go and the weather. And Phoenix, in addition to being really sunny, it's really hot. It is actually
the summer, I guess.
hottest big city in the U.S., having the record for the average high temperature. In the summer, between May and September, daytime highs are almost always above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And the record here is 122 degrees Fahrenheit, really hot. And then in the
Jeez.
summer, it doesn't even really cool off at night. The nighttime lows in the summer are often above 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Imagine living here and not having aircon. I genuinely don't know how you could possibly live a happy life. Bloody hell.
Just because everything gets so hot and the heat gets trapped in the concrete and the roads, and it just keeps it hot all day. Now the winters are pretty mild. In the winter, like in January, the daytime highs can often be 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Though at night it can get pretty chilly, and you will definitely want to bring some jackets for the nighttime if you're here in the winter. Actually, the nighttime lows sometimes can get below freezing in Phoenix.
That is mad how it can contrast that much.
Yes, it's true. Now, the good news is that even though it does get cold in the winter, you don't have to worry about rain. There is less than an inch of rain in any given month here in Phoenix. So with all that in mind, when should you visit Phoenix? Well, if you are looking for the best weather, arguably most people visit Phoenix during the winter time in Phoenix, because it's the winter time in Canada, or it's the winter time in New York on the east coast of the US. And so that's when you're gonna find the hotel prices are the most expensive, and that's when it's the busiest. If you want the best deals on hotels, then come in the summer, because many of the big resorts actually offer like $100 a night specials because it's just so hot and you won't even wanna leave your hotel room or the hotel swimming pool. Actually, it's so hot, the W Hotel here in Phoenix has a cooled pool. That's right. It gets so hot that they actually need to cool the swimming pool water down. Next up, you should know about where to stay. And Phoenix has a lot of hotels for every budget, price, and taste. If
I
you're
don't care about hotels. Things to do in Phoenix.
here in the city. And the ninth thing to know is about some of the best day trips out of Phoenix. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering where I'm standing right now with this neat Instagrammable object in the back, this is in Scottsdale in the Civic Center. That's where you can find this piece of love art. But oh, Seagirl, my wife's favorite day trip out of Phoenix is to Sedona. Sedona is just 120 miles to the north along that Interstate 17 that I talked to you about earlier. Sedona is famous for its red rocks, hiking, natural beauty, also a hub for rejuvenation. There's a ton of spas and wellness centers and over 100 art galleries in Sedona. Now, just a little bit to the north of Sedona is the town of Flagstaff. Flagstaff is actually in a forest,
green.
and so if you're in Phoenix,
Wait, how is it so green here? This is in a forest. How is that even possible? Wait, what?
in the summer and you're trying to get out of the heat, head up to Flagstaff. The temperatures can often be 30 degrees Fahrenheit cooler in Flagstaff than they are in Phoenix. And you know what? If you're here in the winter, you'll actually find some ski and snowboard resorts up there in Flagstaff too. What about the Grand Canyon? It's too far. It's like 4 hours from Phoenix to get to the Grand Canyon. I mean, you could do it in a really aggressive day trip, but I'd really recommend if you are looking to do the Grand Canyon with a Phoenix trip to like come to Phoenix, spend a couple nights here, spend a night or two in Sedona, spend a night or two in Flagstaff, hit the Grand Canyon, and then maybe end up in Las Vegas at the end and then fly out of Vegas. Now, speaking of Vegas, if you're going to be connecting Phoenix with Vegas or some of the other cities in the area like Los Angeles, then you might enjoy checking out my travel.
Well, there we go. I mean, these videos didn't really show as much as I've seen previously. I guess from what I saw, the downtown is just a lot smaller. Phoenix, Arizona, downtown. Let's get a little glimpse of this. I mean, it looks pretty cool, to be fair. And with the mountains in the background. But I guess maybe to do with the heat, they don't want to build as many big buildings, or it's just smaller for that reason. I'm not sure. It's just such an interesting location to build such a major city, but hey man, it's got a lot of people living there. But if you're from here, let me know your thoughts on this place. And obviously, I don't think these two videos that I reacted to really showed maybe what I was looking for. Showed bits here and there, and obviously as a major city, you're gonna have a lot to do. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and until next time, subscribe and peace.